Welcome to Doctors in the House. I'm your host, Terrence Baker. Today, we're going to address a growing epidemic in America that is just starting to be reported in the news. Avian flu, also known as bird flu, is a medical condition, an influenza, a viral infection that primarily affects birds. About a month ago, it was first spotted in Israel, where nearly one-third of the birds of Israel were found to be infected and or have died. Subsequently, in the United States now, we have a growing rate of infection of both wildlife birds as well as chickens and turkeys. Farmers across the country are on high alert after the USDA reported finding cases of highly pathogenic avian influenza in several flocks across the country. Highly pathogenic means easy to spread, like Omicron virus and the son of Omicron are highly infectious. So are these cases of avian flu being spotted in chicken flocks and turkey flocks around America. The most recent report came on Monday when federal inspectors found that chickens in Kentucky and Virginia tested positive for this new strain of bird flu. The virus was also found circulating in a Tyson's food facility that houses nearly 250,000 of chickens. The positive test in Virginia came from a backyard flock of chickens that were also found to be infected. Also, we've had a turkey farm in southern Indiana that has led to 29,000 turkeys needing to be precautionarily killed in order to decrease the likeliness of spread. Obviously, a major turkey or chicken bird flu outbreak would be an economic disaster for America, where recession is in progress and where the pandemic of Omicron and son of Omicron continues to affect commerce and business on a daily basis. Bird flu, known as avian influenza, is tremendously dangerous for birds. It poses less of a threat to people. In fact, currently there are only 2 known human cases. Both are being reported out of China. According to Matt Koshi, who's a viral immunologist at the North Carolina State University, the disease can kill humans if they become infected. But infection in humans is rare and typically only occurs in patients who have been immunocompromised and have been dealing directly with the birds, such as bird handlers, individuals who work in the turkey farms, work with the chicken flocks. Typically, infection is seen in humans only with close contact. The spread is believed to be from aerosols from the birds as well as saliva excreted from the birds once they become infected. And so without direct contact with bird saliva, bird feces, or the birds themselves, human infection is not common. Currently, the USDA is monitoring all flocks of chickens and turkeys across the country. When these birds become infected, they are killed and are not provided to the food chain. In other words, they're not sold. They are killed and then usually disposed of. Currently, the avian flu, bird flu, does not represent a significant risk to the general public. However, it is important for you to know about it. Bird flu, avian flu, usually acts as a common virus infection. Cough, cold, runny nose, red eyes, stuffy nose, sore throat, body aches, fatigue, and fever are the common symptoms for humans that become infected. Obviously, if you deal directly with birds, turkeys, chickens, or have been exposed to wild life that possibly is infected, you should seek advice from your primary care physician so that the proper testing can be done. Treatment is available using antiviral, anti-influenza medications. Currently, there are about 140 positive cases of wildlife birds that have been found from Florida to New Hampshire that have been infected. That's not surprising that you would see wildlife birds infected along the East Coast, and you would expect the infection to increase as birds begin to migrate this spring. Again, bird flu does not represent a serious threat to the general population. However, it is important that you know about it when you hear about it in the news. It's important for you to realize that the USDA is on top of it and is monitoring the situation carefully. Bird flu has also been recognized in a number of other nations, and the United States does not import birds that come from nations that have the bird flu active. And in general, other nations will not import our turkeys or our chickens. In the past, when we had this problem back in about 2003, we saw that it had a tremendous impact on the U.S. economy as billions of dollars of turkeys and chickens could not be exported, and sales in the United States dropped because United States citizens were concerned about the possibility that the birds in the marketplace could be infected. The avian flu is safe, particularly when the food is cooked. Even if the bird were to be infected and you were to buy it or raise it in your own backyard, if you cook it properly, the chances of becoming sick from eating the eggs or the meat of infected bird is extremely low. So as we go forward, we'll be keeping a close eye on this problem. We know that currently there are no reported infections of patients here in the United States, and we will be continuing to monitor this very closely as we go forward in the weeks and the months. This is Dr. Terrence Baker, your host at NABN TV, Doctors in the House.